The Diocese of Immaculata gratefully acknowledges Sister Immaculata Paisant for 25 years of outstanding and devoted service as superintendent of Catholic schools. I ask her family to please stand. Sister Mac's family, please stand. And we know that Sister Mac has decided not to retire. She's just going to have a recycling. And so I'm sure we'll hear a lot more from Sister Mac about what she's doing in the future because like the ever-ready battery, she ain't going down.
What can I say? It's been a wonderful 24 years. And I have loved the challenges of the role of superintendent. If that sounds strange, let me clarify. It is only because I had such wonderful people to minister with. This is true both in the schools and with the diocesan staff. I can honestly say I never dreaded going to work. It is probably harder to leave home than it is to leave home when I first entered the convent. The Maronites who entered the convent from Houma always referred to Houma as God's country. I'm from God's country. I sometimes found that strange, but now I understand. It's not the location, but it's the warm and friendly people who so reflect God's love here. I thank Bishop Sam and Bishop Gerald, who I served under, and Bishop Latina, who was the minister here in this parish, Father Vic, Louis Aguirre, and the entire diocesan staff for their love and support through the years. You have been like family. In my name, in the name of the Maronites, I thank the good people of St. Francis de Sales community for providing the housing for the sisters at the convent for all these years. It was truly a blessing, and I loved living here. I especially thank the school administrators, both past and present, for their outstanding leadership in the Catholic schools and helping form the youth in their faith. I thank the other diocesan superintendents from the state of Louisiana who have been my companions on this journey of Catholic education. It has been my privilege to serve with you. I thank my family, who I am proud to have with me here today, for their love and support through the years. And last but not least, I want to thank Marian Fatita, my assistant, and Janet Marcel, the administrative assistant, who have been so wonderful to me and so good to work with. So let us keep each other in prayer, and God, thank you, and God's blessing always.
When I was called and asked to say a few words, about 3 minutes, about Sister Mac and her 24 years of service in our diocese, was how can you possibly do that in 3 minutes? So I prayed about it, and I thought about it, and over, 3 words just kept coming to mind. And those 3 words are faith, passion for her vocation, and tenacity. I say faith because as an administrator in our diocese for 21 years, every one of our meetings begins with a prayer, and every decision she's made, every bit of wisdom she imparts to us, I could find a root in her deep devotion to God. It wasn't always necessarily her personal opinion, but it was her opinion as formed by her relationship with Jesus Christ. I say passion for her vocation because anyone knows she expected this diocese to have the best schools, but not only the best schools, that was just the foundation, to have the best test scores, but the best Catholic schools. And we would preach that for the last 24 years, and I think that our schools and the students, the thousands and thousands of people she has touched through the administrators and teachers, are a testament to the job she has done for the Catholic schools in our diocese. I say tenacity, and if you belong to the Bessie board, if you are a member of the legislature that wanted to cut funding for Catholic schools, or if you belong to FEMA, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because I can tell you that if she was working for New Orleans a few years ago, that city would have been rebuilt in about a year and a half. They know that when she sets her mind to something, she does it. And she told all the schools that before she left, we would have our FEMA checks to help us pay for the damages of Hurricane Gustav. And I just got a nice check about 2 weeks ago. So I really need to thank Sister. So how do you sum up 24 years of service? It's very difficult. I guess we can say we loved you, we're going to miss you, and we thank you for the guidance you've given us and those who are going to follow in your footsteps. So on behalf of all the schools, administrators, teachers, parents, and especially students, I say thank you.
David, I know what tenacity is all about. With my secretary, Sister Mac wants to see us a little. One of the things I shared with Sister when she told me that she was going to make the decision was that it was the right decision at the right time. And one of the reasons I said it is that sometimes, human though we are, we stay longer than we should. And we're on a high, and then something happens, and we don't want you around. And we're on a low, we leave. And that's not fair. Because all the good that a person does is forgotten because of some little thing that happens, and they don't want to have this, So that's systematic. You're on a high. Go while you're on a high. People remembering all the good that you have done. We have some problems, yeah. And you can do everything perfect. Yeah, we know that. But they remember the good. So you're not leaving with that. You're leaving on a good high note. So thank you for all that you've done and all that you will do. And we pray that this is not the end of the Maronites in our diocese. We pray that sometime in the future, a Maronite will come back, come home, and a few Maronites will come home, and we'll have the presence of the Maronites again in our diocese. We pray for you. We pray for vocations for you and your community. We pray that God will not only bless your community, but in a very special way to bless you in your golden years of retirement, of moving on, and continue to plant the seeds that you want to plant as you move on in your journey. Thank you.